two minds alike, that's biological law. You can Xerox a surface, but the spirit got flaws. Fingerprint philosophies, spiraling fractals, individual infinities, empirically factual. They want archetypes, categories, convenient containers, but consciousness don't fit inside behavioral trainers. You're not a template stamped in industrial batches. You're a cosmic anomaly stitched from mismatches. I reject homogenized algorithmic molds, mass-produced personas plated in gold. You're not left or right, you're a spectrum in motion, a paradox breathing with chemical devotion. They love binaries, hero or villain, but reality's gradients, far more resilient. Identity ain't static, it's kinetic and plural. A mosaic of impulses, visceral and neural. You contain multitudes, contradictions intact, simultaneously shadow and luminous fact. No single adjective captures your frame. We're constellations misnamed by the same old name. So when they say be normal, that's cultural sedation, a quiet extermination of imagination. I'd rather be anomalous, philosophically feral, than docile and digestible, socially sterile. Other MCs, they can't metabolize this diction. My syllables polysyllabic beyond their jurisdiction. They sprint out of breath on a conceptual incline. I'm mountaineering metaphors at astronomical heights. Their cadence collapses under lexical weight. Mine equilibrates chaos and intellectual freight. They skim surfaces, I excavate sediment. Layered deposits of thought, archaeologically heaven sent. Try to keep pace, but the syntax is vicious. Barometric pressure, crush fragile ambitions. They rhyme for applause, I rhyme for endurance. Longevity coded in neural assurance. You're not a stereotype carved out of clay. You're stochastic lightning in human display. Your trauma, your humor, your taste and aesthetics, all braided together in psychogenetics. No replication protocol could render you twice. Even twins divulge an experiential splice. So don't shrink your edges to fit their design. Conformity's coffin is comfortably lined. They sell you identities pre-packed and rehearsed, but authenticity's messy, and that's what makes it work. I watch them attempt what I do when it's pitiful. Vocabulary minimal, reap me be clinical. I'm anatomical with it. Precision incisions, carving through narratives, severing fictions. Their punchlines predictable, derivative trends. I bend etymology till the alphabet bends. They drown in the shallow end, gasping for air. I'm free diving, Mariana, depths unaware. My lexicon baroque, almost labyrinthine. They need subtitles just to track what I mean. This isn't arrogance, it's measurable fact. Some minds sprint marathons, others can't lap. So celebrate difference, the strange and the rare, the awkward inflections in how you declare. Your quirks are coordinates guiding your arc. Constellated peculiarities lighten the dark. No singular mold could encapsulate soul. You're quantum in nature, divisible whole. And if they can't keep up with the pace of your thought, let them orbit your gravity. You're stranded in court. I don't dilute brilliance to make it accessible. I elevate language till silence feels ethical. Uniqueness ain't boastful, it's biological proof. The rarest phenomenon walking is you. Listen closely. There was never a mold. That was the illusion. They handed you silhouettes and called them standards. Handed you categories and called them identity. Handed you repetition and called it culture. But you were never manufactured. You are an unrepeatable convergence of biology and memory. A neurological fingerprint later with private constellations. Your humor, your trauma, your cadence when you speak, those Those aren't accessories, they're coordinates. They tried to sand the edges off you, tried to standardize your strangeness, tried to convince you that fitting in was the same as belonging. It isn't. Belonging doesn't require reduction. It requires recognition. And if my words felt heavy, if the diction seemed labyrinthine, if the cadence outran your comfort, good. Growth never arrives in simple senses. Some artists dilute themselves for applause. Some thinkers soften truth for digestion. I don't. Not because I'm above anyone, but because I refuse to compress infinity into something bite-sized. You are not left or right, not introvert or extrovert, not success or failure. You are contradiction breathing. You are paradox walking. You are complexity incarnate. And if they can't keep up with the velocity of your mind, let them spectate. Not everyone is dumb by altitude. So when the fades in the Abdul Enzai and the boy in Gullah